We've been through it all. We bought our first rental property when I was 23, and it was destroyed by vandalism. We bought a car to rent on Turo, and our first host crashed it. Next, we locked up a whole building for Airbnb in another state, only for the owner to back out the day we arrived. Honestly, it was all a lot, but all of that taught us one thing. We needed to build something for ourselves. So, my husband and I started a candle company, and this time, we're doing things differently. This is our weekly update of what it's really like running a small business in NYC. No filters, just the real stuff. This week, we visited one of the biggest markets in New York. I tried finding a job to help cover bills. The rain totally ruined our sales, and we've been getting ready for an event at the Barclays. Let's get into it. Hi guys, it is 10:04. I'm heading to training because I got a job. Bye. I just made it on the train. I guess I could give y'all a brief explanation as to why I'm doing what I'm doing. I got a job. It's hilarious what job I have. However, I do think that there's like pros and cons to having a 9-to-5, pros and cons to running your own business, right? One of the things that I am comfortable doing is working a day, 2 days, maybe out the week. Okay, so I finally made it to Brooklyn. I didn't really get to finish telling you guys about where I'm going, what I'm doing. I don't like the idea of getting like a job that I have to be at every single week. I cannot work 5 days a week and still run the business at the same time. However, I am great at finding opportunities that only require me to be at a place for like, let's say a day or two. Pretty much freelancing or day playing is what they call it. And that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to be working at an ice skating rink, which is fun because I can't really ice skate. I think the area is kind of interesting. It's in Brooklyn. I'm only probably going to be working here for a week, which is the fun thing. It's pretty much what I was saying, where it's like, okay, I don't want to work somewhere long term. So I'm only going to do 3 shifts here, and that's enough for me to make $1,000. And then I'm done. I guess I would have the option to return if I want to. That's pretty much what it's looking like right now. I guess one concern that I do have right now, I don't like walking underneath things, especially at night. So that's my first concern right now. It's so cute out here. The beach, the bridge, and they have like a carousel. This is so cute, and it's by the water. One thing about me, I love being by the water. As pretty as the scenery is, it's not where I'm supposed to be, so I have to go find that. Okay guys, I think I found it. Man, I wish I brought like a light with me because it's dark out here today. But I think this is it. Ooh, I'm still at work. We're taking like a 10-minute break. I haven't really ice skated before. I am getting out on the ice today, so hopefully I'll be able to record a little bit of that. So that's gonna be fun. Hopefully I don't fall on my ass in front of you guys. I think they said they're gonna try and have us leave a bit early, so we're not gonna be here till 4, hopefully. Honestly, I need to tell Donovan that because he's gonna meet me in the city. For the day, and yes, I got paid to skate, which is fun. I see that there's a ferry going out. I'm probably gonna take that one, but funny enough, I think Donovan knows where I am. Like, he's sold here before, and it was a terrible vending event, but he has.
Not really sure about the location. It's in the middle of the cut, it looks like. I don't see any high foot traffic over here. So this is the entire market here. That's our table right there. This is the whole shebang. So I decided to leave early. It's probably about to be 1 o'clock.
But he has gone there before. But yeah, we're gonna get on the ferry. I've taken it before, so I actually love taking the ferry and the Brooklyn Bridge. And then it would be just heading over there to Manhattan. I think it was like a 5-minute trip.
I have not seen y'all in a little bit. I have not vlogged in, I don't know, maybe like a week and a half. So it's good to be back. About to go pick up Melissa from her job because, you know, now she has to work and get a 9 to 5. I know you guys are very happy about that. You've been asking us to get a job for like 5 years, and Melissa is working, guys. Look at that. So I'm gonna go get a sandwich, pick her up, and then we have 5 or 6 errands to run to prepare for this weekend and for next week.
Side left, please. So we're gonna actually go upstairs and exit. And we're moving, guys. We're moving. All right, we made it to the city already. It's probably been like 2 minutes. It's so cute over here.
We're gonna see Melissa. Maybe.
So much new. Okay, so I'm about to. Because that's the thing, we're doing icebreakers, right? One of the icebreakers is, so you stand on one side if you agree, you stand on the other side if you disagree. The first question he asks is, do you get along with people? This is a customer service job. He asks, do you get along with people? Obviously, I go to, on the agree side. Like, yeah, sure, because I do, you know? Right? I don't have to be best friends, but whatever. People go on the disagree side. I'm like, oh, wow, y'all are interesting. So they over there like, yeah, you know, I don't like everybody. And well, I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Where it's like, okay, have you ever experienced that? You get up and leave and not speak to anyone, right? So I've experienced that before. So I was on that side. My experience, I had went to a shop one day with a friend. Nobody came to talk to us for like 5-10 minutes. No one asked us what we wanted to drink, what we wanted to eat. No one like acknowledged that we were there. So we got up and we left. So that is the situation in which that happened. Why this girl gonna be like, oh, this is the first person, right? She's like, yeah, you know, in the wintertime, honestly, a lot of these stores shouldn't be open in the first place in the wintertime. If it's Christmas, Chipotle, you know, all these stores shouldn't be open in the first place, right? So, you know, I be dining and dashing.
That's crazy.
I'm like, Missy, one, you did not understand the question. 2, why would you? I was looking at her. I'm like, y'all better fire her.
That's crazy.
Y'all need to fire her tomorrow, today. Fire her, please.
That's crazy. How old do you think she was?
She was like 40 something,
That's
50s.
crazy.
Like,
That's crazy.
and you know where she from?
Philly.
No.
She from New York?
Yes.
Rochester?
No.
The Bronx?
The Bronx.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I was like, wow. Just all bold. Mind you, everyone, you know, the man that's facilitating the exercise, he was like, we're not gonna do that.
That looks terrible. That's the right color?
Absolutely. This is the color of the sign.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How sure are you?
That's why every time I see that sign on the table.
It's not orange?
It is, no, it was never orange.
Not like a lighter pink?
No, this was always the color of the sign. Right.
So we made it to the market, and this is my first time ever being at the holiday market at Union Square, so I'm curious what it looks like and see what vendors we see here. Actually, I want to go visit Monica at 34th Street. See, that booth right there, it's probably 10K.
He's talking about this booth here. Oh, thank you.
So what do you think? You feel like it's worth it doing it next year?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, this is not a great representation. I don't know when it gets popping, when it gets busy. Ew, soap and paper. I don't know where he went.
So what do you think? You feel like it's worth it doing it next year?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, this is not a great representation. I don't know when it gets popping, when it gets busy.
All right, so yeah, that's perfect. You got it. You got this.
Ooh, do I?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think the selfie stick is built for this.
Okay, so now that you walk a little bit further, you think it's worth it?
Yeah.
Because you know what it feels like? It feels like one of those busy markets. There's a lot of people here, but you ain't getting no sales.
Sure. But it's like, how many sales do you really need?
Enough to pay back my $10,000. Plus inventory, I know that much.
Ooh, this is cute. Can you see it, y'all? Can y'all see the stars? I'm looking for my husband, but I don't know where he went. But they have like a whole bunch of spices here. They got two. Yeah, so I was looking for you.
Oh, okay.
They have 2 booths.
That is crazy.
Right.
It must be worth it. Yeah, I feel like this is probably the best. One on the left. To the left. I thought this is the best kind of booth to have.
Oh, I
know her too. That's the lady from the thing. To the left. She's the lady. So you saw her face, right?
Yeah.
She's the lady that set up at Broadway and Prince. That was across from me. That was like, oh, y'all getting sales. Dark ginger lavender, tobacco black cherry.
Hello.
How are y'all doing? Good. How you doing? Do you make them?
My friend makes them.
So that they're doing both markets. I feel like that's her right there.
I'm closer to.
I need something for the room sprays to bring downtown, and I feel like I want to sell more room sprays and perfumes, but the bottles be getting scratched, they be leaking and stuff. Find anything?
Not yet.
What about this? Right? That one kind of slab, don't it? And they have small ones for the perfumes. Like this would be perfect for the perfumes. That's perfect. And then open that one.
Yeah, this is okay. That's a good one.
Oh.
I think they're having a sale.
So I'm not planning on buying now. But
Oh.
yeah, I just wanted to see kind of what options they have. It turns on by itself?
Yeah, I didn't turn off.
Do the other one? Fire. Okay, do this one. Fire. How much that cost?
For my mental health, I would not buy one of these.
Why is that?
It's so magnified. Love Michael's for their coupons.
Today's
They have daily coupons too. Go to their website.
Oh, there's some up there. I think I see one. I see it. Hold this. This one?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah. Yep, this is it. It's $49
For now what?
for the glass.
Oh.
It's 30% off. I thought it was
How much was the lollipop?
$1.
Oh, okay. We finally made it back to the house.
I know y'all know New York is in a drought. It only want to rain when I have to be outside. But I'm on my way to work, hoping I don't miss this train. I look a little crazy, don't I? Just made it off the train. It's still raining. Fun fact about me, I hate umbrellas. So this is like my rain fit. It's a hat with the hood, because I just hate umbrellas. They get dirty, you gotta put them on your floor. I just really don't like them. I thought I was giving y'all a whole update and my phone was not recording. I'm in Shake Shack right now because I was scheduled to be here at 10 a.m. I got an email last night that said, hey, their management is pushing back the time. Instead of 10 a.m., they're going to come in at 11. You're still going to be paid for that hour that you missed. I pull up here at 11 a.m. at 10:50 to be exact, because I was early. First, there was 2 guys at the door. They didn't let me in. They made it seem like they were just working at the door. And I'm like, okay. So they kind of turned me away and had no intentions of speaking to me. The other guy, I recognized the guy from yesterday. So I went to speak to him because he's technically in the management team. He's like, oh, we said in the group chat that, we pushed it back to 12. I'm like, I'm not in the group chat. Because I'm not in the group chat, I didn't hear that. I live far away. I need more than the hour's notice to let me know that you guys aren't starting at 12. I think legally in New York City, the laws are set up in a way with that you have to get paid for the time that you're scheduled for, especially if it's not your fault that they're pushing them at the time. Because this used to happen when I worked at Starbucks all the time too. I'd get up, have to be there for 5 a.m. They talking about, oh, it's not that busy. We're trying to save labor hours. So, you don't start right now. Save $15 and they make $6,000, $7,000 in a day. But that's pretty much what's happening. And this is the nonsense that you have to deal with when you are working, for somebody else. Technically, I only have 3 shifts left here anyways. So, whatever. And I already told Donovan yesterday that this is a show. And I guess I'm going to eat this while I wait. I'm sitting in the Shake Shack and I just saw 2 of the managers walk past me. So I'm going to go ahead and head to work now because I'm pretty sure they're going to start now. So I should only be here for 2 hours and then go back home. I am leaving work
right now. So my shift is over half an hour early, started 2 hours late, still getting paid for 4 hours. Not mad at it at all. They have a little market here that I'm gonna check out, so you guys gonna check it out with me. And then honestly, I'm deciding, you know, it is very rainy, so I don't really want to go, but I might go to Brooklyn to go to Trader Joe's real quick. So we'll see what happens.
One thing I hate being a small business is having to rely on other people for inventory. So we literally didn't have our most popular scent for like 2 weeks. Thankfully, we had actually bought it in advance or made a lot of candles in advance. So we're kind of able to bridge that gap a little bit. So now I have to buy them like in smaller quantities. So we normally will buy like a full bottle of it. We're buying like 10 1 ounce, 2 ounce bottles. We did end up getting them to come in yesterday. So Melissa just made a bunch of the most popular scent, the room service. So now I have to melt these tops to prepare for tomorrow, because I really want to make sure that we're prepared for this weekend. Any corporate events that we end up doing next week. No more markets. And it's kind of crazy because even after they're going to Union Square yesterday, I don't even know if it's really worth doing, which is the crazy part. And I feel like a lot of these places are like brick and mortar places. The markets make their money from the longevity of hours being there. So it's not where you're getting a lot of sales per se. You're more so just there from 11 to 8. Because we walked through there and it did not seem like a lot of people were getting a lot of sales. We've always had like a little red flag-ish when it comes to food being sold in the same places like candles and things like that. So that didn't look very promising. Yeah, we've heard someone say they make 60K over like I think 6 weeks, like 10K a week. Yeah, but I don't know. We were there, it didn't really seem busy, but maybe it gets busier later in the year, who knows? But we're really focused on what we're doing, and I think that the plan that we have will get us where we want to get to. And if we ever do markets in the future, it'll be more of a marketing thing or like a fun thing to do. So now I gotta melt these tops to prepare us for tomorrow. So first things first is making these preventative sinkholes here. I'll make 1 or 4 around the whole wick. And that is so when you get your candle, it does not tunnel. And tunneling looks like this. You don't want to happen to your candle. You're pretty much wasting it if it does that. But yeah, as far as markets go, I don't know. I wonder how you guys feel about markets. Do you guys feel like the markets are worth doing? But then also, I don't know what a lot of you guys' goals are. I feel like I've heard some people talk about like markets in the live. Shout out to the soap lady. And she was saying that, you know, she does big markets. And I feel like some people do well at markets. Like obviously people do well. But I feel like for the most part, people don't do very well at markets. But I do again think that's subjective, because like if I go there to a market, let's say like I'm thinking making like $800 to me is like a good day at a market, especially if I'm paying like $200. If I pay $100, I feel like maybe $700 is good. Maybe like 5 is the lowest I would feel comfortable being like, okay, that was an okay market. But if I'm doing like $300, like me personally, I would be upset if I had to do a market that was that small. I mean, like every time we make that much money at a market, I'd be upset, because if a market costs me $100 to do, and then I'm paying for inventory, I'm paying for the time to go to the market, time to make the candles, time being there, selling food I have to eat while I'm there. It don't really make sense. Mostly if I'm paying. If it's free, that's a different story. Because like $300 per day for free, if I'm doing it every day, it's $2,100 a week. But we've done that in like an hour outside. So it's like, am I going to a market for that? I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of off of it. We will do markets at some point, like probably the biggest ones, more as a, oh hey, this is something fun to do. The big thing I saw is there were a lot of large companies that were not small, like small businesses or micro businesses. They were like people that have warehouses and factories and things like that. So that's also kind of surprising to see. Once I'm done with this, I have to cut these wicks, and then I have to label all of these and the ones over here from last week.
Never been here before. I don't even know if it's open. Should be, right? It's very, very cute in here. Honestly, I'm thinking about calling Ariel and seeing if she's been over here before. I might hop over to the bar just to see like how much the drinks cost. Have a little art exhibit in here. And they have a cha-cha matcha. It was cute in there, and I wanted to try something, but I guess Don
Donovan's spidey senses went off because he texted me to say that I only have $6 on the card. So that pretty much is Donovan E's and Donovan E's for don't spend any money. Like I said, but I don't know how he knew that I was gonna spend or thinking about spending more than $6, but he knew and told me that I only have $6. So it's kind of like, I need to get home. I'm probably just gonna go straight home and maybe pick up some chicken from the local grocery store or maybe some sausage. So we'll see what happens.
So I finished melting all the tops. I just have to label them. So this is like 20 candles over here, all the same scent. And this is our handy dandy labeling folder. This year is almost finished. I think I would say this year was a success just because we started off this year not knowing how we're going to make any money, not knowing how we're going to be able to pay any bills, not knowing if selling the candles would be something we can do and it would be a viable option. But I think that it turned out to work. We figured out how to do it. It's very viable. And what my favorite thing about it is that we're not really having a bunch of debt to do it. I'm always on the fence about borrowing money. I feel like when you borrow money, you have to get good terms. I think you either borrow enough money where you don't have to borrow money again, or defer when you have to pay it back. Because those two things really messed us up. Paying someone $500 or we were paying like $1,200 a month. Do you know how much inventory that is? Do you know how many fairs that is and markets that is? Because we're still so small amounts of money hurt us a lot more. So an example would be bags, right? And the bags cost $30, right? It's something that's very important for us to sell. The sign, the vessels, these all things are very low cost things and they're very big for us now. So if I was to go outside with no bags, no sign, I would make a lot less money. And a lot less money is different between like $100 and $300. So now if I only make $100, I literally can't do anything the following week. We're going into this new year. This year was about selling outside. I'm kind of excited to say this. I think next year will be corporate events and ads and like online. Probably some selling outside too, but maybe not even. Well, definitely still selling outside. Oh, maybe more people outside. Yeah, like hiring people. I think that's more of what next year will be. It's like starting to hire people. And this video is brought to you by MBur Candle Co. So if you want to get a gift for your mom, for your friend, birthday gift, someone has a new apartment, get them a candle. It's 100% beeswax, so it's non-toxic. If they have pets, if they have kids, if they have older people who don't want to get sick or have health problems, get them a little beeswax candle. And it's a wood and wick candle, so it adds to the ambiance. My sister the other day said a good name for me would be the ambiance architect. So if you want to set the right ambiance, you have the wood and wick that crackles. So think of it as a little baby fireplace in your apartment. I was wondering a couple of months ago, right? Why do people like candles? It's the fire. It's the color of the fire that people gravitate to. And I knew it was the fire, but I didn't know what it was about the fire. It's the primal. I used to think it was the primal instinct of fire. There's actually positive benefits from the color red. It's kind of how they say like blue light is not good for you. So you have the red light from the fire. People like looking at it, it's healthy for you, which is probably why a lot of people used to sit in front of a fire, or a lot of images of people in front of a fire. And it lasts long because it's beeswax. Come on. And you're supporting a small business. So yeah, that last one was if you like spa candles, get you wind down. It kind of has more of a herbal vibe to it. So people watching is more like a chai latte. If you like fall kind of candles, cinnamon, vanilla, allspice, you know, that kind of stuff. Honestly, I would like to do it by the end of the year. We want to drop 4 new scents. We have one lined up for sure, and we're kind of going through the testing phases right now what our new scents will be, and the names. The names are very important. People think that the fragrance is important. A lot of sales that we've had come from just the name of the candles. Even not only just them buying it because of the name, it will attract people to the table because of the name also. I finished cutting all of the candle wicks. Shout out to Lanicia for helping me get through this. I have not started doing inventory yet, but it's like a vlog inception. So she's actually watching us. So I'm watching her watch us on YouTube. So this is her watching us. That's me when I have my hair twisted. Honestly, I have to get my hair twisted again. Shout out to her. It's gonna help me get through this inventory. I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do the inventory right now. I know you haven't not seen me in a couple of days. One of those reasons is because it's been so windy and cold outside and it's been raining. So I haven't really been able to work since, I want to say last week, Sunday, when I might have put out the live. So we've been really focusing on networking and corporate events. So we just got this email right here. The person wanted us to send over some pictures. They want to send us some candles. They want us to send them some candles. Hopefully they buy it. We've had something similar to this before. They didn't actually pan out with, I think, Muji or something like that. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this one actually works. And then it's like, how many candles are going to buy? They're going to buy 5 candles, 10 candles? Like, this is a huge company. This is a huge conglomerate of like companies. And I have been talking to my wife about this, and I feel like it's starting to become harder to sell outside just because of the wind and the clothing thing, because I have to either buy clothes. I have to buy clothes. I don't have any clothes to wear. So I'm like, okay, how can I go about making more money without selling out on the street? I like selling on the street. It's just the weather right now is like So if we're able to get a couple of these every week, that would be great. And then depending on how well it actually goes, I wouldn't mind going outside to continue selling. And then the next step is actually trying to get more online sales. My wife is actually setting up the pictures right now. So she's going to be, she had already made like a template for people for situations like this. So she just kind of cleaned it up because we haven't used it in a while. So she edited some pictures, editing the bio, and just different things on there. So I'm gonna show you how that looks. It's fire. So it's the next day. As you can see, my hair is twisted. I feel like the last time I recorded, I was literally in the same spot I'm in right now. But we have an event on Tuesday. I'm excited for that. We got an order yesterday. I think we're doing Black Friday sales. We're not really doing Black Friday sales, but if you hit us up, you can get you a Black Friday code. Maybe next year we'll do that. I really focus on building the company, and then when we're at the point of running sales, we'll do that.